Okay, Metro is, for all you East Coast guys, is very much like what you're used to. Down here right now, it's heated. The government here, it's weird. The government here provides heat and water. So in my apartment right now, I don't have heat. I've got air conditioners, which are different than what you see at home. They're like up on the wall, and the unit itself is outside, but it blows out of the unit on the wall. So they don't have like central heat and air. The government turns on the heat certain times a year, or whenever they say. And I've also heard they turn it off whenever the fuck they say. So that can be kind of a pain in the ass. But down here in the Metro, they've got little shops where you can buy shit. And see, there's a nice pretty girl. But down here you can get whatever it is you need. Let's see, maybe I'll take the Metro somewhere. The Metro here is a little confusing because while it is in English, they don't do it the way that you expect them to do it. Like this line is that color, that line is that color. I mean, it is like that, but how do I explain this? There's a red line, there's a blue line, there's a green line, and some of the signs do have English. Actually, all the signs do have English on them, but it doesn't tell you like what's at the end of the line like we do in USA, so you know what direction it's going in. It tells you something else, and to be honest, I still haven't figured it out. So the way that I navigate is I'll get on the Metro going to, say, City Center. My favorite is like to go to Gulliver area, and I'll go there. It's a big mall. It's a skyscraper with a mall in the bottom. And I'll go there by, I know what stop is before that. There are a few stops you can understand even though you don't speak Russian. So here I'm at the Minska station. The station right before this is called Obolon, which is easy to understand even in Russian because it still sounds like Obolon. So when it says Obolon, I'm like, okay, I'm off at next stop. This is almost the last stop on my line, so if I screw up, it doesn't really matter. I just come back one stop. And again, this is 2 cents. You go up to the window, you give the lady 4 hryvnia, she'll give you a token or two, and you go down and hop on the thing, and it's pretty much just like East Coast. See, just go on. So when you got people trying to get you to stay in City Center, yeah, City Center is where you're gonna find the short-term apartments, which cost a lot more. For example, they'll tell you have to pay 70 to 100 bucks a night. Okay, if you use booking.com, you can find it as low as about 50. 50 a night is still 1,500 bucks a month. And I found a long-term flat in City Center. It was one room, and to be honest, I was embarrassed to bring a girl home. But Metro is loud as fuck. Hang on a second. All right, people are gonna look at me crazy for filming on Metro, but I'm gonna do it anyway. If you've ever been to Disneyland, it's basically like riding the tram in Disneyland that's really loud. So right now I'm headed towards the station. A lot of people on the train in the middle of the day. And once this thing starts, you probably won't hear a damn thing I say. Or at least nobody in the car will. You kind of have to yell. It's weird. It's like riding around in a convertible. But okay, anyway, back to the center stuff. If you're trying to get an apartment and you want to get an apartment in City Center and everybody thinks that's where you have to stay, then yeah. Okay, I hope you guys can actually hear me. Maybe you'll see how loud it is, because I can barely hear myself. Tell you what, we'll pick this up off the train. This is really loud. All right, so I'm at the Maidan station. Maidan is pretty much the center of Kyiv. And if you're on the Metro, this is the biggest Metro stop. Oh, sorry, slightly distracted. Okay, the shit that was funny, and this happens probably on the East Coast all the time, but a guy got on with an accordion, and okay, maybe not an accordion is common on the East Coast, but my man got on with an accordion and he starts playing, but then when the train starts, he stops. So every time we stop, he would play something. And then a lady, sorry, that's really loud. And then a lady comes up who's selling calendars. Now keep in mind, I don't speak any fucking Russian, so I got no idea what the hell she's saying, but everybody's looking kind of irritated. One thing I've noticed culturally, and this kind of tripped me out. Yes, it's lily white here. Like everybody here is white. I stand out like a black chip in the snow, man. I mean, it's real easy to spot me. You don't see very many blacks here or non-whites here. Maybe some Africans. I've seen a few Asians, but I mean, it's very, very rare. This is about the whitest place I have ever been, and I've been to Boston and Connecticut and all of that stuff in USA. But there are a couple things that are really cool. Most of the people have been really nice. I haven't had any racial issues, at least not that I know of. Nobody's been mean or rude to me. Even the older people who speak some English will, communicate with you when they can. People will try to help you find stuff. It's really a pretty cool place. I'm going to show you the sign. Okay, see, that's the Metro sign. And yes, technically part of it is in fucking English, but trying to figure out what it actually means, confusing as fuck. I'm on the blue line right now. I'm getting ready to head up. Remember when we Cold War shit, this is for all, you guys who are old enough to remember that. The Cold War shit, oh, here's the escalator. The shit is like crazy tall. But the crazy shit, remember back in the day when we were humbugging with Russia and shit, and they were talking about nuclear war and, all of that. If we'd ever gotten into a fight with Russia, we'd have been at a real disadvantage. Ukraine was Russia at the time. And the reason is, was Soviet Union, for you guys who are going to get technical. Everything is in the basement here. Like, all the buildings have basements. The subway, there are stores there's a complete mall in the basement. I'll show you that when I get to it. So there's basically natural bomb shelters everywhere for everybody. So it would have been unpleasant to be in a nuclear conflict, and it's kind of pointless. Oh, to seriously bomb the shit out of them, it wouldn't have done any good. But anyway, I'm still on the escalator, by the way. And what's weird is it's on a real angle. I'm holding you straight so you can kind of see it. And people will look at me crazy because I'm walking around talking to my hand. They got advertising for everything. Like, see, okay, that's the taxi, the 898. You dial 898 on your phone, and it'll text you back for the taxi. And you tell it where you are. It'll tell you how much. And sometimes they even use the location on your phone. So it's really, really easy and convenient. And they probably have stuff like that on the East Coast now, and with Uber and everything else. I drive in USA, so I haven't used any of that stuff, so I don't know. But the point I'm trying to make for you is that it's a modern city, and if you come here, once you get comfortable with the fact that you won't be able to talk to everybody, it has everything that you're used to at home. There are a few little things you can't get, like it's hard to get the kind of candy I want. And be careful when you're buying apple juice and things like that, because they make juices out of shit I've never heard of. They've got apple with tomato and apple with grape and tomato and strawberry, and you got to really pay attention to the box. We're still on the escalator. That's how tall this shit is. And it's actually pretty fast. I guess I picked the wrong time of day to go because there's not very many people here. I kind of was avoiding people on purpose, but I didn't realize that would also mean I was avoiding girls. Brain surgeon that I am. You'll have to forgive me for this handheld technique because this is my first time really doing this. Oh, for you ladies, there is no Victoria's Secret here. So even if you see one that says Victoria's Secret, that shit ain't Victoria's Secret. They rip it off blatantly, and I don't know why it's okay, but it's the same thing like with the marriage industry where they rip you off and it's obvious. It should be at gunpoint. You can buy flowers pretty much everywhere. Because the economy here is fucked, and because they became not a communist country, a lot of the older people don't have a way to support themselves, especially if they don't have kids. So like culturally here, the kids start taking care of the parents at a certain point because there is no real social security and all that. Now, there's also, I don't know all the ins and outs of this, but there's also that some of them get supported, and like moms who have kids can get support from the government, but it isn't very much. Okay, so if you're here and you're going on dates and you're trying to buy flowers for your girl, don't go to a florist, all right? In the Metro, this is at the Maidan station, there's a big flower section. And the prices here are all pretty good. It's about... Oh, I don't need any right now, thank you. How much are the red?
Red? 14.
Yeah. 14?
40.
40?
40.
Oh, that's a good price.
This red, 50.
Okay. Just so you can kind of... I'm doing a YouTube video thing. Do you have a card? How much... Do you speak a little English? A lot of English? Pretty good? It's better than everybody else's. I'm starting a marriage agency. I should probably hold this when I talk at the same time. I'm starting a marriage agency, so we'll be buying a lot of roses. So I need a place in center. And you sell, do you have a business card?
Хорошо, хорошо, берут.
Oh, I'm sorry, you already used all your English. Can I call you phone to order?
Фото?
Phone. Can I call you to buy?
Red, white, pink.
Okay.
No, understand.
No. I understand. I usually bring my translator with me, and I didn't. But her prices are pretty good, and the roses are really, really pretty. How much are those? Those are 50, and this one's 40, and the white one?
50.
Okay. Her price is really good, so I'll be buying some here when I have another date. Thank you. But there's the whole little section here with different vendors, and each area is a different vendor. See, beautiful Ukrainian girl. Dressed warm, but still looking good. All right, let's go up in the cold. All right, so what's a little weird for me, and I don't do enough on the East Coast, and when I'm on the East Coast, I use taxis or I'm driving. So what's a little weird to me is that you don't cross the street. Like, okay, you see the big monument over there? This is Maidan. I forget what that's called. I think it's called Independence Square. You don't cross the street. You go down to the metro, or down to the tunnels, and you cross over the street that way. You see how there's an exit over there? So you come out on that side. Same thing over there, same thing over there. So I'm on the wrong side of the street, but I gotta go back down in the tunnel. You've already seen the tunnel, so I'm not gonna bore you with that, but